I'm going to show you a couple of edits called J and L edits, and these are used to smooth audio transitions out and video transitions out. You will see them in movies and television everywhere. And this is basically just when the audio of one clip extends into the next clip underneath the next clip's visuals, or extends backwards into the previous clip's visuals. The reason why we do that is I'm going to show you the scene. It's an outdoor scene. It goes to an indoor scene, and it's pretty abrupt audio wise. So let's listen to it. Right? It just goes boom. So we might want to put a transition in here. Or actually, before we do that, we're going to extend this over. So if I want to extend this audio underneath this visual, I need to move the audio of this one over. But of course, these are linked. So when I do that, it moves the visuals too, which I don't want. So I can, you might remember, you can right click and unlink any file, but it only does the one clip that you have selected, or if you have multiple clips. If you have lots of them that you might be working with, it's easier actually to go over here to the linked selection button. So if I check that, now everything on this timeline is unconnected. But you need to be careful because it's really easy to get the video and the audio out of sync. I'm sure you've watched things where the audio does not match up with the actor's lips, and it's very annoying. And you can tell that that's a problem because you get these little flags that tells you how far off they are. So I'm going to just put them back, and I'm just going to be careful not do that, right? So what I want to do is move this over and move this audio over, and I could do them one at a time, but I can also just hold down my Command Control key, and this little double arrow tool will show up, and I can just click and drag, and it will adjust both clips at the same time rather than one at a time. So that's Control on a PC or Command on a Mac. All right, so that's good. Let's see how this looks now. Well, that's kind of a little weird. It would be better if there was a transition there, right? It just kind of clips and goes to the next thing. So we're going to add a transition, and we're going to do that by just clicking where those two clips come together. And then I am going to apply my default audio transition, which is constant power. So I could go over to effects and all that stuff, but remember, we're trying to use our keystroke. So I'm going to use my keystroke of for Mac Command for PC Control, and then Shift and then D. And there you go. You see it popped up there. It only put it in that one place where I had it selected, and it's probably better. But it's still a little harsh, it's still a little hard. So we're just going to actually, oops, grab the wrong thing. We're going to extend this transition right here. We're going to extend it to right almost before he talks. So now we have this. Okay, so that's cool. That is an L cut. And the reason why it's called an L cut is because it's cut here and then it's cut over here. So there's like an L here between the two cuts. We can do it the other way as well. So if we want this audio to back up into the next one, we did the same thing. Controller Command button and click, and then we're going to pull it back. And it only moves the audio. You can do this with the video as well, by the way, not just the audio. And then, yeah, we have the same thing. Again, we would want to do some adjustments. Those are J and L cuts. You will see that on television and movies. So start paying attention to how J and L cuts are used in things that you watch.